It's track review.
Hey everybody, yeah. Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. Thank you for coming on in, clicking on this video, whether you're subscribed or not, and watching this episode of Track Reviews, where we talk about the latest in rock, pop, electronic, and experimental music of the independent persuasion. Somebody asked me recently, where's Count Chesta? Where is he? How come he's not in your videos? He's right there. I like music. He's not going anywhere, you know? He's here. He's here. Doesn't need to be in every video. I hate that guy. Let's talk about this right here. A new track recently dropped from the Japanese rock band Boris. This is their upcoming LP, Heavy Rocks. Many of you may know in 2002, Boris also released an album titled Heavy Rocks. That's confusing. And from what I've read, the band is doing this because they're looking to redefine heavy. At least for themselves, anyway. And also look out for other albums from these guys, because they've recently released with Merzbow, and they have 2 LPs, new album, and Attention Please that have come out, but they do share some tracks, those 2 LPs. They have poppier songs on them. I think they're just 2 sides of the same coin. Okay, so Heavy Rocks is going to be coming out on May 24th, should be out on Sargent House Records. Let's take a listen to the first track to drop from it, linked down below this video. Riot Sugar. You know, when I heard about this announcement of Heavy Rocks, kind of the sequel to that original album, I got really worried. Because the thing is, Boris is such a heavy band. And I heard tracks off of new album and Attention Please. And those tracks go in a much poppier, much more straightforward, much more friendly direction. And it seems a lot of people are accepting that. And that's fine. Boris sounding nicer, I'm completely down with that. I wish more bands felt as free as Boris to take their music in a completely different direction and just do whatever the f they want. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be in love with it. Boris, to me, is best when being enjoyed as a noise band, a drone band, a metal band, and that's what they're doing here. Boris is basically standing right on top of this sacrificial slab, and they're microwaving CDs of less heavy music in mass and just throwing them all over the place. And this, of course, brings about the spirit of the guitar god, Riffius Maximus, who lays down some meatly licks all over the track. Wow! The song opens with a pretty rough guitar, and it just has this classic tube amplifier sound to it. Not too much low end on the guitar, but when the drums and the bass come in, that's when you get a force shoved in your face from all sonic frequencies. There's some decent rumble in there, some wailing leads, just banshee-style guitar solos. And I really love the sound of the smooth vocals that come in when the first verse starts. The band hits a great groove, and they're always changing it up. There are some heavy booms that, you know, just like letting a guitar note ring out at a couple points in the song, just kind of changing things up. And there's like this weird guy vocal that comes in the background a couple times, like dirt. Kind of reminds me of like Danzig. Everything is turned up to 11, and it keeps that modern, heavy doom sound, but while also, you know, paying homage to that bluesy aesthetic that metal from the 70s used to have. I'm loving the track, but honestly, I think I know, and anybody who is an extreme fan of Boris knows, this is not the heaviest that they've been on this song. There are tracks off of the original Heavy Rocks, like Heavy Friends, for instance, which has much more rumble than this song. Riot Sugar could have been heavier, but then again, if it was much more bassy, I think that would have distracted from the fact that, you know what, we do have a good song here. I'm feeling a light 8 on this track, and I'm really looking forward to Heavy Rocks. What do you guys think of this track? Are you loving it? Hating it? Why? Do you think this is going to be a new beginning? Maybe a new zenith for Boris? Or maybe this, you know, Their heyday is over. And what should I review next? Anthony Fantano, Boris, Heavy Rocks, Riot Sugar, Forever.